would look for about a 78. And this is one of these things where we got run over. It hit the 78. I mean, we did come back down to it and went below it, but it broke through. It had a lot of momentum going up. And let's see, if I had the 78, I would have to probably take about the 86, and that would have put me about right there. That would have gave me. So even though I lose on one, I gain it back and make a little bit on the other. So over, hundreds of trades, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. How many do you make per day?
Well, our session time goes from 8:30 in the morning Central Time to around 10 o'clock Central Time, that's 9:30 to 11 Eastern Time. In 2 hours, we're looking to make 1 to 5 trades.
Okay.
Depending on your risk tolerance and your activity and a whole bunch of other stuff, you can trade a whole lot more than that. If you're trading one contract, or if you're trading two, or if you're trading just not only the levels but price action trades, that's going on there. Says about to go up this morning. I'm looking to see. So now what we're doing now, we're waiting for Saul to come in. This is his trading room. I'm a student just like everybody else that comes in here and stays a while. I come in for the levels. I can do the levels. I trade his levels. I trade my levels. I trade price action. So they're, like I say, but that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Starting out, I would come in this room and I'd write the levels down and see how they respond off of them. And, and how many contracts are you going to be able to throw at it and stuff like that. Then you got to say, okay, if I'm going to risk $500, I want to make $500. Well, we try and not risk, depending on the volatility. Like this morning, our VIX, our volatility index is almost 21. So that means our stops are going to be a little bit better. Right now, the average true range of these bars here is about 6 points. So okay. Each 5-minute bar is worth about $300. So unless you have the exact number, like 35, it's really tough because, you're going to have to be in there at the exact spot. So you may have to spread your stops out wider. You may have to have a 5-6 point stop. Well, if that's too rich for your blood, then this will change. I mean, it goes up and down all the time. So if it does, you just back off and wait for the next round. And
well, sure.
You don't have to trade. You can, if you want to try something out, go over on the paper side over there and paper trade it until you get comfortable with it. And because you're the one that has to pull the trigger, and if you get a big devastating loss, psychologically it works on you. It does me, and I don't think I'm anything special.
I know what you're talking about.
I've done a lot of stupid things, and We try and tell you don't do this, and I do, I know better than to do it, and I do it anyway. So I can't point fingers at anybody else.
Sometimes you're better in coaching than doing it yourself.
Yeah. What's that old saying? Those that can do and those that can't teach.
Yeah.
So.
Where are you geographically? Where are you? You're in the States?
I'm in Texas.
Texas, okay.
Where are you?
Chiang Mai, Thailand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have people from all over the world on both sides of the pond here.
Yeah, I come from Quebec.
Oh, okay.
I come from Canada, actually.
Yeah. Well, if you head just about due south of Quebec, you'd probably run over me. I'm right at the Gulf of Mexico.
You're from Texas.
I'm from Texas.
But you are living in Texas?
Yes, sir.
But that's not just across the border from me.
Well, when I say across, well, like Quebec, if you just turn due south and run across the United States all the way to the Gulf, you're probably you just about run over where I live at. I live right on the border between Texas and Louisiana.
Ah, yes. Okay. I was there.
But yes, we have people from all over the world coming into the room.
But we are alone now.
No, there's several people in the room.
Oh, I don't see anybody.
Yeah, you won't see them. But yeah, there's quite a few folks in the room, and I don't know how many's on the social side over there. I don't see that. But we have new people coming in, and some people come in and see what it's about, and it may not fit their trading style, and they says, well, this is not for me, which is okay. It's not for everybody. It's just another way to do it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I like this style, so I stay.
I'm just curious, actually.
That's okay. You got to look and learn, and there's the E-mini Dow, there's the E-mini Nasdaq, which are just smaller versions of the big Nasdaq and the big Dow.
But now you're talking about E-mini.
Correct.
And before we talk about C-mini.
No, the CME is the exchange that the E-mini is traded at or traded under. The CME is the how you say it?
It's the group.
It's the group but they handle the mercantile. It's kind of like the CBOE, Chicago Board of Options. They take care of the option side of it. The CME takes care of a lot of the grains, the S&Ps, the oils. Then we have the New York Exchange. The CME is just an exchange.
I see.
Let's see, we're coming down to I have level sitting here in about 36.
For those that are joining us on our socials, join us live in Zoom. Follow the instructions on the bottom of your charts. It'll drop you right into Zoom. We're going to be getting underway pretty close to 9:30 here. Right now it's 9:14 a.m. Eastern Time. When you pop in, you have a free access pass to work with us based on our coaching sessions for a week. If you need trading capital, let us know. If you need a trading platform, let us know when you pop in. Hey, Jonathan, welcome. Good morning. Greg, good morning. David, everybody else, good morning. Paul, you have a week access
Good
pass.
morning.
Yeah, you had a week access pass to hang with us. I would advise you to get yourself set up so that you can practice trade. Pretty close to the cash open, we'll give out today's coaching levels. Saul will take over. I did send you a bio of Saul in chat. Take a read.
Okay.
Jonathan, I'll do the same. Jonathan, you want to test your mic? If you have a mic. If you don't have one,
Yeah,
no worries.
we're here. We're here. I'm trying to get it transferred to my computer now from my phone. Good
Okay.
morning, everyone.
Good morning. Welcome.
You trading the SPY?
S&P 500 E-mini.
Okay.
Let me know if the write-up I sent you transfers when it transfers. And again, those that are joining us through our socials, like us, share us, repost us, heart us in our social. Find our content. Daytradingmarkets.org is the link to pop in. It's our Zoom, so it's free. You have a free access pass. Hey, Jonathan, thank you. This is a daily live coaching session, trade along style. We set the table by setting key levels right around the cash open. We work those levels during the session, but we also adjust and tweak based on what's happening, the action of price, how the market is behaving. We're looking to bank money, short trades, fade trades, momentum trades, long trades. If you don't know what we're doing, ask, and we can have a private trader consultation. We can set up a time through Zoom to have a one-on-one get-together. You can find out where you are in your trading, where you'd like to be, and what we have to offer. In addition to this live coaching session, we do this trading days daily. Open up at 9 a.m. We go to 11. Looking to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. We're looking to pick up 2 points plus in each trade. Looking to bank, based on the market going up and the market going down, 2, 3, 4, 5, $600. Each individual is set up as their own trader with your own trading account at your own discretion. We are in the education business. We have one-on-one coaching for you via Zoom. We have this group trade along, which is an educational trade along. Individuals will come into this service looking for a couple things. First thing they're looking for is a home base, the ability to get better in their trading on a daily basis, to learn, to be adjusted and tweaked based on their trading to the good. We also have individuals that know what they're doing, like to be part of this atmosphere, and they really like the levels that Saul puts together right before the cash open, and they come in every day to get those levels. It's a pivot and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. It is, in the high percentile when it comes to being better and the levels that are spoon-fed by your software or calculated. Hey, Jonathan, you all set? So, Paul, do your homework on your end. If you want to hang out for the week, you got a free access pass. Don't
Yeah,
waste it. Make sure you get yourself set up properly.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out actually.
Yeah, I mean, work with interactive brokers. Sure, they'll be able to get you set up with what you need. It's good
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm going to
Can
take
I speak freely, or do I need the text, or how does this work?
Well, so we get going right around 9:30. Saul, I sent you that write up for. He's the chief cook and bottle washer. He's the
See that?
trader. So he's going to pop in. He's going to review the markets as he's coming in. He's going to set the table for the session by giving out his key levels, a pivot, and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. You can write them down. They should be reposted pretty quickly in the chat area. And then we work those markets. So, popping in and out of the mic with the mic, what we do is we help individuals get set up between, let's say, 9 and 9:25.
Yeah, that was the question I had. I'm using Thinkorswim.
Oh, great. Thinkorswim's great.
Yeah, I use Thinkorswim. I use TradingView to chart. And so, but I make my trades actually through Thinkorswim on my phone. I don't use the platform, the web platform, and my Mac's too old to download the app where I get all the good features.
I hear you. How do you generally trade?
What I do on a daily basis, I've been doing this for 4 months. I use the strat for candle recognition so I can read the market. I just learned this weekend how to chart. So my SPY is all charted out. I found a new indicator that helps me with the support and resistance, which was something that I was having a problem with. I was following the candles properly, but I would make calls at resistance and puts at support, which is killing me. So I took this weekend to learn that, and I've implemented it. I'm all charted up, and I'm ready to go. I'm in a phase where I'm trading to learn so that I can invest into my brokerage account and start trading to earn.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, you're in the right place when it comes. Now the focus here is the S&P 500 E-mini. Not a big adjustment for you. What we
That's
do
NES, right?
is ES.
Oh, that's ES.
No M.
Not M. That's ES.
Yeah, just ES. Yeah. So you can look at it. It's S&P 500 E-mini. E-mini is the most important part.
Yeah, I got it.
And what's interesting about what we do is that, just like you were talking about, setting areas, we do the same thing, but these are areas that are put together by a veteran trader of the S&P 500 E-mini.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a certain way of doing it, and it tends to work out pretty well, and individuals just pay for his levels. However, their markets do change, sentiment changes, so you have to be nimble and adjust. It's very hard to pick any levels in any market and hold to it, because things change as the market goes to those levels. Momentum, price action. So we call this price action trading, which has been around for a very long time. And we do it in and around pre-mapped out levels. When your trade along coach comes in, he's going to give out the levels in audio, write those levels down, but you really have to sort of set yourself up to pay attention to what we're doing. We're looking to do 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 trades during a morning session between 9:30 and 11. We're looking to pick up 2 points plus on each trade. So we're looking to bank, a couple $100, like you're talking about earning, and then be able to add contracts. In other words, you do one contract at a time, it's $50 a point. And you can add to that contract size, just like I think you were doing with the SPY, and do everything in simulation mode first until you get really good at it. And then we can help you transition into live trading.
Okay, sounds good.
So you have a week access pass. We're $150 a month right now based on this coaching session. And then we have one-on-one coaching for people that, are interested in doing private mentoring with your trade long coach. And that's something you can think about in the future. For those that are joining us in our socials, join us live in Zoom. Come on over now. Follow the instructions on the bottom of your charts. And Jonathan, you should get an email to come in on a daily basis to the email you're registered with to pop back in to Zoom. Here comes your trade along coach, Saul. Hey, Phoenix, good morning. Hey, Ash, where do you go? Hey, Don, I think I called you out too early.
That's all right. He'll be in here shortly. I'm just making room for Saul starts.
No worries.
Let's see.
Yeah, Ash, you seem to pop in and then get the levels and go off. I just didn't know where you were going. Perfectly fine if you want to do that, but we missed you.
I missed one day and I got 3 days of paperwork to get caught up on.
That's right. There's no escape. For those that are joining us through our socials, like us, share us, repost us, heart us. Help us get out based on those algorithms. It's very important for us. Come in where the action is. Come right into our Zoom. Follow the instructions on the bottom of your charts, daytradingmarkets.org. Put it in your browser. Just register for Zoom. Follow the instructions. Drop right in. Hey, Michael, good morning. Think Saul's in the wilderness?
Mhm.
Uh-oh. Spoke too soon. Hey, Philip. Good morning.
Okay, well, no, just in the wrong room again. I don't know why I keep going to another room every time I log in. It's just, a little frustrating. I don't know why I keep getting emails from all over the place. I join in and it sends me to I'm the only one in the room.
You gotta fire your staff.
Okay, so our pivot this morning is 67.37. Down here supported right here at 26 as we talk. Got down here to 27. Sorry about that. I was literally trying to get into the room for 15 minutes here. I have no idea what I have no idea what I'm doing. Below that, 26 here, 15.04, 66.94, and 83. Upside at 48, 61, 71, 80, and 88. All right, let's go right down there to the 26 area. Sorry about that. This is really, I don't know. I got 4 Zoom things here on my. I don't know how I got into one out of the other. Gets me into a room where I'm the only one. I mean, what is going on here? I mean, why do I get like all these emails still from another room? I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand what the hell's going on. Okay, 26, 15, 04, 66, 94, 83 on the downside. Pivot is 37, upside at 48, 61, 71, 80, 88. As we quickly rotated down here to the, what did we add to this, to our 26 area and popping back up. Okay, so coming all the way back up here to our pivot after dip down to that 26 area again. Sorry that I couldn't get in here earlier. Of course, the level worked perfectly. And there they are in the chat for us. Thanks. Welcome some of the new folks that are here. We're trading mini S&Ps. We're looking for opportunities to scalp the market based on these levels in addition to any price action trades might occur. We are scalping these markets, trying to take, depending on volatility, 2 or 3 points, maybe a little bit more. Again, if the volatility increases a little bit with these rotation down in these markets, we might have to expand our stops a little bit, maybe to 3 to 4 points. But everybody here trades differently, and everybody here trades on with their own risk tolerances. So you have to adjust the market to your risk tolerance. As we're coming up here to the 48 area. VIX is at 21. Nice. That's a good number for us. We could stay in this little range between high teens and low 20s. It'll be really good. Okay. Up here, 48 is our first level of resistance on the upside. See if it wants to come up here. Now you can see our blue bands coming in there around 46. So keep that in mind if you're trading. Oh, I did find out that unemployment for last month is going to be out on Thursday. So Thursday they're coming out with the unemployment number for last month. But I guess they didn't put it out because of the government shutdown. But that's going to be out on Thursday morning. So we'll see what that does to the market. I think there's as we come up here right now, we're going to test this blue band as well as our 48 area. So kind of keep that in mind coming up here to the blue band area now. Again, depending on how you scale in, maybe you take a little bit here and take a little bit at the 48 and see what it wants to do. And around that, if not, just make sure you keep your stops in place no matter what. Gonna love any trade we put on, that's for sure. All right, coming up here to 48. This is our level of resistance. See what it wants to do. To keep your stops in place. I said we're not gonna love any trade we put on. Okay, it seems they want to extend here, touch. All right, pushing up here a little bit. And coming back down here to 48 if you haven't got out of them, if you want to scratch a couple. All right, gonna give you a second there to get out of some here a little bit. Minimize your loss here, touch, if you were so inclined. And the upside, next upside level we're looking at is up here at the 61 area. Our settlement price is at 55 and a quarter for those of you who like that. All right, let's see if we have any other numbers coming out this morning. Like I said, I think I heard that the unemployment number for last month is going to be released on Thursday. Let's see. Uh, 10 o'clock, May 9 o'clock, we have construction spending. So we'll have to see what it wants to go with that. We'll see what happens. At noon, there's a Fed speak. That's about it. All right, we continue to uptick here. We're looking at the 61 area. We want to go there. Give us a little bit of a chance there to get out of some there when it dipped back down to 48 and change. Hopefully some of you got out. And now we continue to rally here. Can't believe we didn't get that 6 on the downside. It's really annoying me. Sorry about that. I really feel bad about that. All right. Okay, coming up here to the 61 area. Extending here a little bit. Keep your stops in place. Nice little rotation here. Got almost 40-point rotation here in 10 minutes. This is what happens when, and that's why we always keep our stops in place because we never know when these opportunities, these one-way moves occur. Don't want to get stuck on any one of them. All right, rotating here a little bit off of this 61 area. Got up to 63 and change. There you go, Michael. And getting a nice little rotation here so you can get a little bit more out of this. Definitely takes, if you get up there at 62 and a half or so, take some of those off. Okay, nice little rotation there. All right, nice little rotation against that 61. Next level we're looking at is up here at 71. You can see our blue band is coming there around 75 and hourly at 75, and our green band in our 5 minutes. So a little resistance up here if we continue to rally. All right, coming up there, and I hanging up here, double top there. We're looking at 71 next right now. Got a little support right around the, let's say, the 47, 48 area. All right. Market trading down here a little bit, a little support, but like I said, around 47, 48. If we get back down there, they got down here to the settlement price right here at 55 and change, and got a little lower, got down to 54. All right. Very choppy. Upped it all the way back up here to these interim highs. Looking at 71. That's what we have. We talked about 74, 75 area as well. There are the levels in the chat. Kind of ran over there on the 48, but tried to hopefully got out of some before it continued to rally. Gave us a little bit of an out. And then got up here to 61, gave us a little rotation there. So that was kind of okay. All right, kind of hanging up here. Never got down to that support level. Now we're looking at the 71 area. We'll continue to rally, looking at the 71 area next. All right, coming up here. See what it wants to do if we get up here or not. Who knows? We got a little bit of a bump there in the volume at around 70, so a little bit of a pop up there against the volume. Right, traded around 70. See if it wants to get up there. You can see, like I said, the blue band's coming in there at 75, so we'll back up to you if we get up there. All right, well, we got up to 68 and change, came off. Anybody have any questions? Feel free to ask in the chat. We are trading mini S&Ps. We have a small number coming out here at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. 9 o'clock. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, coming back up here to these interim highs. Got the 71 area. Right, inching our way up here. Got up to 69.25. Oops. Oops. 71 is our area. And those who want to give us that 70. So be careful there. There we go. Figured you're going to get the 71 now. Okay. If you're at 71 and 2, and remember we said 75 area there is our backup if we so inclined, if we can scale it in a little bit differently. Obviously, the 70 became a problem when we couldn't get it like 3 times. But we got up here to 71, 72, see what it wants to do. Keep your stop in place no matter what. All right. Okay, come up here to 74, 75 area that we talked about. All right. It's a nice little rotation off of that. Coming back down here to 71. If you had just 71, hopefully you're able to come jump in there at 74. 74 is always a solid number for us. And all the way back here down to 70. Nice little rotation here. Off of that 74. Remember, the backup was a 75, and obviously you can always got like 74 with us. So hopefully you were able to scale it in that way, and we dipped all the way back down to 70. Give us a quick opportunity, and if you're trying to stay short here, if we get back down to 68 area, that'd be really nice. All right, so I have to take a little bit of heat on that one, but we talked about the backup with the 75, and obviously our 74. We never got up to 75, but 74 was our level that we always like to use, and we're going down here to the 68 area. So nice little trade there if you did jump in. Because that wasn't perfect. Had to take a little bit of heat, especially against the 71, but we were able to take care of that and throw in the scaling up there with the 74 area. All right. We're not going to be perfect here, but we have to make sure we scale it in the right way so we can stay in the game. Give us a little bit of a rotation. All right. Next level we're looking at up here is up at 80. Good job, Michael. All right, it's kind of turning over here a little bit. At 74, 75 area held very nicely. Talked about some good resistance up there. Even though we had 71, like I said, I don't use our bands when we come up with levels, so we have to add those into trading once the market starts trading. You can adjust the add some more quasi levels to it. We talk about that all the time. If anybody has any questions, again, feel free to ask in the chat. We don't mind questions. When you're trading mini S&Ps or looking for opportunities to scalp the market based on those levels in the chat, in addition to any price action trades might occur. All right, turning over here, low support still would be around the 48.50 area. Okay, market turning over here a little bit. All right, we're kind of hanging up here in this upper end of this range. A little support, like I said, would be around the 48 to 50 area, and we already tested this upside level here at we talked about 74, 75. Now we're just kind of waiting up here, see where it wants to go. Getting a little choppy here. Above, we have 80 as our next level, and above the 80, we've got 88. Then above that, we've got 68 even, oh 09, and then 19. Above the 88, we've got 68 even, oh 09, and then 19. There are the additional levels for us. As we rotate it down here a little bit, we're looking, like I said, the 48 to 50 area. A little support if we get back down there. Okay, quickly rotating down here. Little pressure on the market all of a sudden. And again, if you wanted to stay short against our upper level there, you're doing great. If not, then we're just flat. And see what it wants to do. We got down here to, well, be careful here at, well, we got down to 52 and then change. We were looking around the 50 area for a little support. Just missed out on that, so be careful if we come back down here. I think if we get below 45, there's a good chance we go to the lows, which we already tested to 26 on the downside, but maybe we could try it again only because it's a new bar and it's a spike. If we get back down there. I'm a little choppy in here now. Okay, coming back down here. Be careful there. I'll suddenly turned over here a little bit. So I'd be a little bit careful there. The 48 area, if you were going to do it, just trade it small. And if you wanted to be short, it would have been against our upward level there at 70. We had 71, but we talked about the 74 to 75 area as well. And again, only if that's if you want, if you were able, if you, that's how you trade. And like I keep saying, everybody here trades differently, so there's not one individual who trades the same way. But we do put together a methodology that helps explain our system where we're trying to scalp the market, trying to take 2 to 3 points on our trades, and look for maybe 4 to 5 opportunities in the course of the morning, and we focus on the morning hours to give us those opportunities versus trading here all day. And if anybody is interested in any of that educational information, let us know. They're putting something in the chat. That's how you can let us know. All right. Again, they did flush it down. We said to be careful there. The way that the market was trading, level wasn't as strong as it was when we first initially got down there, and it is kind of breaking down here a little bit. I think if we get below this 45 area, we could really go retest the interim lows here at down at 26. So this is very, very skittish here. Where to get short? Again, where could we have gotten short would have been above against our 75 area there, but it's hard to stay short because the market did vacillate there for a bit. So it's not like sit here, just I'm going to just break for you. You just stay short, and then you can doesn't do that for us. It went up there. We tested at 75, and then hung there for a bit, and then decided to have this big break here to the downside. Bonds, though, not reacting to any of this stuff. Anyway, every time I give it levels, additional levels, just seem to put a kibosh on that on that trade. Seem to do that all the time here. Okay. So quickly, very, very choppy. They got down to 40, what is that, 43 and change, and popped it right back up. They're very, very choppy here. So waiting and picking our spots is very important, as you could tell. Hard to know where these things are going to stop and rotate off of, so I'm not trying to guess here. We need a good reason to enter our trades and find good entry points for either being long or short. We talked about maybe buying it down there at the 26 if we continue to push down, but then the market would quickly rotate it back up here. Hard to say that we had a little support around the 48, but then we went all the way down to 43 and then rotated off. So, and then we were a little bit mindful of the 48 because of the price action just prior to that as well. So, one of those things that you have to let the market kind of tell you what to do. So we make adjustments along the way based on the price action. And now we just have to be a little bit patient here and wait for another opportunity. We might or we might not get it. We just don't know. But if you see the chat, you'll see the levels there that we kind of use as a guide to the day. We kind of ran through a couple of our levels to the upside there. And we made some scalping opportunities. We had some scalping opportunities there. And then we did have support down at 26. If you were with us right on the opening, market did go right down to the 26 area and rotated off. It was a little our first support level. So that's where you would have been buying it if we were trading, right off the morning. It's a first support level. All right, now we're just basically going right back into this, big range here. All right, very, very choppy here. And hovering around our settlement price there at 55 and change. Yeah, average bars are about almost 10 points. So very, very choppy here. You got to be very patient and wait for a setup. Oh, there. Zeeb, yeah, we've had some opportunities this morning. We are going to we're going to repeat the levels that we had placed some orders in and we scalped around them. Those were areas of inflection that create scalping opportunities for us. We had resistance areas along the 61, 48, 61, 71 areas up top, and we had shorts there and we were scalping those. We took some profits against those. We also had support there at the 26 area earlier this morning. And that was an opportunity there for us to be long at that area. But we are scalping the market, so we're trying to take 3-4 points out of a trade, given the volatility. And then we have to wait for our next opportunity. Right now, our next level on the upside, we've got resistance. I know it seems a long way away, but resistance, our next resistance area is up at the 81 area, 80 area, as you can see, because we kind of ran through our other levels. And on the downside, maybe a retest of the 26 if we get back down there. And right here in the middle, it's very chopping around a lot. If you're very aggressive, maybe a little support would be, um, well, maybe our pivot there. If you are a little aggressive, would be our 37 area. If you were looking for a little support area, if we get below that, we're looking to retest to the 26. On the upside, I think there's a buying opportunity above the 62 area if you are very aggressive. We start in the morning and we are scalping the market, and we also focus on the morning hours to give us those opportunities. So we don't trade here all day. We can use the levels that you see in the chat there all day long, but the most of our trading, as far as our number of trades that we are focused in on, occurs in the morning hours. We average about 4 to 5 trades a day, and the keyword there is average. Obviously, sometimes we're going to trade a lot more, sometimes not so many, depending on price volatility and movement. We do offer an education course that explains our methodology if this is something that you are interested in doing as well. But that's if you want to learn something about futures or trade futures. If you have the experience, you can add some of the setups that we have to your repertoire. If you're inexperienced, then you can learn a new methodology to trading futures. All right, well, we're just chopping around here now, coming back here to these interim lows. You can see a big rally off of that little interim low and then coming right back down. So it seems like there's a little bit of pressure on the market, but where to get in is always the question. So you can take advantage, and when the markets are moving like this, it's hard to find pick an area that makes sense. We're always looking for right reasons to trade. We just don't jump in just because we see the market moving around. Right now, a little support, if you're a little aggressive, would be around their pivot there, only if you're very aggressive. Otherwise, maybe a retest of the 26. On the downside, if we continue to downtick, our next level on the downside we have, as you can see in the chat, is down at the 15 area, which will be our next solid, at least play that we've been tested before. All right. Coming back down here to these interim lows. Let's say maybe a little support here at 37. Markets are moving around here today, so we got to find our spots and be patient and wait for it. Always into just jump in just because see the markets are moving around and say you have to jump in here. The goal here is to be profitable, not just trade. All right, very choppy. They went down to 48 and change there, and 43 and change, and popped it right back up here. Very, very choppy. Just they're usually they chop around in a smaller range. Today they are chopping around in a very big range. Only if you're very aggressive would you be dipping your toe top of the hand, or I'm not good with the range game, so I try to stay away from that. All right, there's the chop again. Come all the way back down here. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Chop, chop. Well, back here at the settlement price here, 55. It just seems to gravitate to that. But again, nothing, not a range trader, so got no opinion here. All right. Well, unfortunately, but we just got to be patient here. Right, top in this range, see if it wants to rotate off or not. It's going to fall back into the middle of the range. I don't know. Seems like it wants to. Again, I'm not a range trader, so it's out there. If you're doing it, you're getting paid off. All right, coming right back down. Unfortunately, we have to be a little bit patient. If you are a range trader, like I said, you are eating this up. All right, back down to the lows and popping back up there. Again, not the if you're out of the range, you're doing great. Seems to just wanna. It's a big range too. Look at those bars. Wow, that is impressive, actually. Again, if you are range trader, you're doing good. We suggested if I'm not a range trader, but if you are, you can see the range here: 60 area down to this 45, 43, 2 area. Definitely making that rotation off of those areas, and if you are, you're doing good. And markets do get. I mean, usually they're not this large, but they do get into these ranges. At one time, at one point, they are going to extend one way or the other, and this is where I usually try to stay. I usually get in when it's about to extend, and so I just naturally just stay out of it. But for the last 30 minutes, we have really moved in this very wide range here. Is it about 15, 20 point range? That's a big, big rotation there. All right, well, they're into a little bit of a range. All right, back here into the low end of this range again, looking maybe a little bit of support at the 37 if you're a little aggressive, but you have to get away from this range. Okay. I just now try to extend here a little bit, see if it does or doesn't. All right, well, you could say a little support would be around the 37 area there. We got down to 38 and change, and getting a nice little pop here if you maybe jumped in. Again, we always talking about scaling around there, so we're not going to be perfect. Got down to 38 change and getting a nice little pop back up here. All right, so we did get down to 38. We said low support being around our pivot there at 37. And we're always talking about an area there because we're not going to be perfect. If we do break down below and close below the 37 there, we're probably looking for a pushback down to those interim lows there at 26. All right, all the way back up here to the middle of this range that it created. All right, all the way back up here to the top of this range. So we did have a little support there around the 37 area. Got down to 38 and change, and then popped back up. And now we're just, unfortunately, just back into this range now. Now, if we come back down there, really would be looking for the maybe a retest of the 26. Okay, they drifted all the way back up here to the top end of that range. So they'll retest at well, we said maybe support there at 37. They went down there and kind of nibbled at it, got down to 38, and then popped it right back up here. So upside, I think, like I said, if we get above 65, might be a push up to those interim highs. If we do get below this 37, look at this, Ryan. Look at this rotation here. Wow, that is crazy stuff. Very big moves here in a flash, right? Got to be very, yeah. Got to get lucky to find that spot up there to get short there and then watch it just drop like that. But I mean, we need good reasons. At least we had a halfway decent reason around the 37 area. That was our pivot, and got down to 38 change, and now we're just back here into this range game that we've been at here for most of the morning now. Very, very choppy. All right, now, not much happening here. Again, we focus on the morning hours to give us our opportunities. We're coming here to the towards the end of our morning session, and again, this has definitely been a big range game here, but it is what it is. It's what kind of trade we're having today. We average about 4 to 5 trades a day, so we do here on an everyday basis. Sometimes we get a little bit more, and depending on if you're a range trader or not, you could have definitely taken advantage of this range that we have been talking about. But like I said, I'm not a range trader. It's not what I like to do, but we did suggest it for those of you who do like to do that. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. You can see the levels there in the chat. We talked about how we ran through a couple of these levels already, so we have to be a little bit more careful. We gave you some interim opportunities there. This 37 was a little bit of a buying area there. Then now we think I think that if we get above the 65, we might rotate and push go to the interim highs here, which is about 75 for sure, and maybe our upper levels that you can see there. Our next level that we have is up at 80. Again, we might stay in this range all day too, so we just never know. But we focus on the morning hours. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Give you some interim levels. If we get below the 37 and close below the 37, probably make a move down to that retest that 26 area. Okay. All right. So if anybody has any questions as we come down here to the low end of this range, feel free to ask in the chat. We gave you some interim thoughts. Basically stay in this chat, this range all day. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Otherwise, we will get back here in a bit.
Hey, Zib, have a great day. Come back tomorrow. Hey, Joe D, any questions about our services? Jonathan G, let me know. If you want to set up a time to get together, let me know. We do it privately in Zoom. For those that are joining us through our socials, register for Zoom. Join us tomorrow. We'll be here at 9 a.m. Yeah, it's 9 a.m. Eastern time. When you pop in, let us know if you need a trading platform through one of our affiliates, trading capital through one of our affiliates. But you got to come out of our socials right into our Zoom. Use the follow the instructions on the bottom of the charts. While you're in our socials, like us, share us, repost us, heart us. It's very helpful for us.